Everyone, Cody from Mac Telecom Networks. Yesterday, Ubiquiti released Unifi OS Dream Machines 1.11.0. This came with a bunch of improvements and bug fixes. We're going to go through the update. I'll show you how to update it manually if you're not seeing it, as this is a rolling release. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. If you'd like to hire me for network consulting, visit www.mactelecomnetworks.com. You'd find us on Instagram at Mac Telecom Networks. And if you'd like to support the channel, I have an Amazon storefront and I'll put the link down below. So first thing we need to do is download this update. Right now we're on my UDM Pro page and we can see that I'm on version 1.10.4. I'm going to click in the system settings and then we're going to go to updates. We can see here under status, it's up to date. So it's not showing that new 1.11.0. As this is a rolling release, people will get it at different times, but I'm going to push this manually through SSH. So I'm going to go to advanced and then I'm going to turn SSH on. I'm going to give an SSH password and then we're going to confirm that password. Now what we need to do, we need to open up a PuTTY session, or you could SSH right from the command line. I'll open up PuTTY and then type in the IP address of your UDM Pro. The login is going to be root, and then the password will be that password you just set under advanced SSH. Okay, we can see that we're in our Dream Machine now. We need to upgrade the firmware version. And how we do that, we type in the command ubnt-upgrade, and then we need to put in the firmware path. If we go over to the Ubiquiti downloads, we can see that they have the Unifi OS Dream Machine Pro 1.11, or they have the base. I'm using the Pro, so we'll click on the download icon. We'll agree to the terms, and then we'll copy the URL. We'll go back to the PuTTY session, and then we'll paste that in and press enter. While the new update is downloading, let's take a look at some of the improvement and bug fixes. If we scroll down, we can see the bundled application. So we have Unifi 6.5.54, Unifi Protect 1.20.1, Unifi Talk 1.13.4, and Unifi Access 1.3.35. So here's the list of improvements. It adds centralized Unifi OS notifications, adds support for WPA3 support for the UDM base model, adds links to release notes and managed updates, add a new UI for the local portal, adds support for image thumbnails and push notifications, and this is the big one that a lot of people have been asking for. So allow to set up a console without a single sign-on account, requires Unifi Network mobile app iOS 7.3.0 or Android 3.10.4 or newer. So I have an Apple iPhone and the latest version of the network app is 7.2.1. So I won't be able to test out setting up a console with just a local account until they release that new version. But the Android version has been released. So it improves WAN failover stability, improve the accuracy of the SFP link status detection, improve reliability on installing application updates, improves navigation error pages, improve reliability on downloading support files, improve remote access stability, and then it improves the PPPoE throughput. I'll have to test that out. I don't have my fiber connection connected to my UDM Pro right now. It updates the MongoDB as well as OpenVPN, and then it replaces that beta label with early access, and then it removes the auto-optimize toggle during setup. And it changes the default user icon in settings. I'm not going to go through all the bug fixes, but we'll go through a few. Allow entering VLAN ID during static IP setup. The release candidate release channel now works for applications. Fixes an issue with IPsec, which doesn't automatically reconnect. Fixes an issue where the SFP plus port may not link up, as well as a bunch of others. I'll put the URL to the update in the description as well. Let's go back to my console and see if it's updated. And this is the new UDM Pro dashboard. We could see that they've put in a topology right on the front page. So we can see where all my gear is connecting to. We have my UDM Pro as well as a bunch of switches, cameras, and some Unifi access. And then we have our application. So right now I'm only running the network application as well as access on my UDM Pro. For my cameras, I'm using a UMVR Pro. It says Unifi portal has been updated. Now you can access your users and settings on this side menu, and I'm going to dismiss that. Under the UDM Pro icon, we could click on the release notes, we could submit a support ticket, and we could do managed updates. When we click on the manage updates, it just brings us to that normal settings page where all the updates for the controllers are. We could see that we're up to date and I'm on version 1.11.0. And we could also see that the version of my network is at 6.5.55. Another massive change to me in this update is this transfer ownership. Sometimes I set up clients with my single sign-on, and then I want to transfer ownership to them, and it's really hard to do. But now they have this button that you could just click to transfer the ownership. And I think a lot of people are going to find that feature useful. We also have this notifications on the left-hand side, and we can see that the application network software update, Mac Telecom has updated to this version, and we could also view the improvements. If another user was to update this, you would see their username. Now I'm going to go ahead and we'll click into the network application. And here's the dashboard. It doesn't look obvious to me that much has changed, and let's go check out the devices. And this is new to me. At the top, we have our Unifi devices, which will show us all of our switches and access points. Below that, we have our Unifi Protect, so it's showing me all my cameras as well as my UMBR. And then on the bottom, we have my Unifi Access, which shows me my access hubs and my access readers. I really like how they've done this, as I could see all my management devices in one page. We could also see that there's some updates available, which I'll take care of after this video. If we go look over at our topology, it's going to show us our full topology with all of our Unifi gear as well as our clients, as where the dashboard just shows us our Unifi gear. There's not really much more I could show in this video, as I don't have that updated iOS app to test out the local sign-on, as well as the PPPoE issues, but we will come back to that and I'll let you know how it's working. If you have any questions about this video, please leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're new here, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. All right, thanks.